Meanwhile, the Permanent Secretary in Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Adamu Lamowa, says Nigeria has fulfilled its financial obligations to the African Union by making full payment of its assessed contributions for the year 2023. He spoke on the sidelines of the 43rd Ordinary Session of the Executive Council of the AU in Nairobi, Kenya. Ambassador Lamowa explained that the payment demonstrates Nigeria's commitment to its responsibilities as an AU member state. He thanked President Bola Tinubu for living up to expectations, not only as the chairperson of ECOWAS, but also as a president who emphasizes prompt payment of financial assessments. During the Executive Council meeting, the Permanent Secretary shared Nigeria's stance on the proposed 2024 budget of the AU. Well, away from that, now the police say it has arrested a 22-year-old member of a kidnap syndicate for abducting minors in Lafia, the NASARAWA state capital. The police also arrested a 9-man job racketeering gang for defrauding 20 job seekers and dispossessing them of their monies. Correspondent Godwin Agwam reports.
It's another round of victory for the Nigeria police in Nasarawa state, with more breakthroughs achieved in the fight against crime. Most prominent is the arrest of one member of a kidnap syndicate responsible for the abduction of minors. The suspect, who is 22 years old from Lafia town, and 2 other members of his gang, had earlier abducted one 8-year-old boy in Lafia. They requested for a sum of 300,000 naira as ransom from the victim's parents before his release. But they ran out of luck when they kidnapped a 5-year-old minor, and this suspect, who is a member of the syndicate, was arrested by the police. Efforts are on top gear to arrest other members who are at large.
Upon his arrest, the suspect confessed to be responsible for kidnapping one Musbao Farouk, 8 years old, where they collected the sum of 300,000 naira from the father as exhibit before releasing the child.
The suspect confessed to the crime.
Ka kidnapping waye?
Wani yaro ne muka yi mu biyu.
Ku biyu? Ina ɗayanka yake?
Ba same shi ba mu ba.
The police also arrested this 9-man job racketeering gang for defrauding 20 job seekers in Lafia. The suspects had allegedly asked the victims to pay sums ranging from 500,000 naira to 650,000 naira in order to travel abroad for a job opening. But the suspects were arrested after a complaint was lodged at the police station in Lafia.
I got a call from unknown number directly telling me, congratulations, I got a job in Quest International Company, that I should prepare myself any moment from now. They'll call me for interview. When I'm to come, I should come with my document and national ID card.
This get-rich-quick syndrome won't take us anywhere. It's taking us to doom. It is because of how desperate the youths are. That was why these people were, the victims were defrauded.
A total of 15 kidnappers, 2 armed robbers, 4 courtiers, 9 other suspects have been arrested, while 4 firearms and ammunition were recovered. Godwin Agwam, TVC News, Lafia.
In the meantime, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Lagos Command, says it has received a total of 1,388 petitions on investment and forex-related scams involving the sums of more than 317 billion naira and $3.2 million. The acting chairman, Abdukarim Chukol, says many of these cases are under investigation, while recoveries running into billions of naira and other currencies have been made. We have details in this report.
The EFCC says that in Lagos, all manners of economic and financial crimes, such as forex and investment scams, business email compromise, as well as land and property fraud, find the Economic Nerve Center of Nigeria environment a perfect location to incubate and bloom. This is why it commenced a workshop on economic and financial crimes reporting for journalists in 2022. Now in its 2nd edition, it is hoping to build more synergy and understanding with the media.
While the Commission's enforcement activities are directed at the perpetrators of these crimes, we are worried at the ease with which citizens fall prey to the wiles of the scammers. Their folly is energized by the desperation to get rich. Some of these crimes could be prevented if people have the right information. This is where your professionalism and collaboration are needed. We need the media to help in educating citizens to be circumspect in embracing investment opportunities, especially where the return on investment seems too good to be true.
Topics presented to the beneficiaries include understanding the new money laundering laws and new trends in cybercrimes.
Buying of a car, one car is one transaction. And whether you pay it 40 times, it's one transaction. Once it's above 5 million, at the end of that transaction, you are supposed to send your report that XYZ person bought this car from you for so amount of money. And you keep the record of that transaction.
The best password is a phrase or a sentence. So it is very difficult to actually hack your email, your password. What the bad guys will do is fish for your information, probably somewhere where you are putting that information, or somebody had called, which is which happens a lot. I say, okay, we'll send you an OTP. When we send it back to us. The moment you send that OTP, you are no longer in control.
It is hoped that with initiatives as this, more Nigerians will be mobilized to take full ownership of the fight against corruption. Kemi Foladiemo, TVC News, Lagos.
Governor of Benue State, Hyacinth earlier has assured core members deployed to the state of improved welfare and security throughout their service year. The governor spoke at the NYNC camp during the swearing-in ceremony of core members of the 2023 Batch B Stream 1. Mayowa Okwato reports.
This is the oath taken, administered by the representative of the Chief Judge of Benue State, Justice Ikiage. The state coordinator, while charging the sworn-in core members to be in their best behavior, seizes the opportunity to charge the government on continuous partnership in terms of welfare and security of core members in the state. He further appeals for more synergy and better relationship, as this will discourage the higher rates of relocation out of the state.
The skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development, which will soon be introduced to you in the course of the exercise, is highly beneficial program that put together by NYC to eradicate joblessness, considering the unending absence of white-collar jobs in Nigeria.
Representing the state governor is the Chief of Staff, Paul Piam. He reiterates the government's commitment to addressing the issue raised by the state coordinator. He further assures core members deployed to the states of improved welfare and security throughout their service year.
What we are going to do, welfare packages, we intend to meet with the management. I'm not actually the governor myself, so when we meet, we convey the message and the request by the state director, and I promise in my speech that we'll look into it deeply to ensure that certain measures are taken for them to be comfortable while they serve in Benue State.
Mr. Biam adds that the government would continue to interact and engage core medical personnel for the overall benefit of the state and its people. Mayowa Okwato, TVC News.